In this lesson, we will discuss how we can initialize variables in C language. We have already seen how we can define a variable using a statement such as int num followed by a semicolon. We can define a variable and assign it a value at the same time using the assignment operator. For instance, you could write int num equals 5 followed by semicolon. So this equal sign is the assignment operator. Whatever value we have on the right side of the assignment operator is copied to the variable on the left side of the assignment operator. In this case, the value 5 is copied to the variable num. In other words, we may say that the value 5 is assigned to the variable num. Similarly, you can define and initialize different types of variables at the same time. So instead of using two different statements for definition and initialization, you can define and initialize the variable in a single statement. For example, character grade equals B. Since B is a character, so we have enclosed it using single quotes. So this value B will be assigned to the variable grade, okay? And we have defined grade to be of the type character, okay? This statement ends with a semicolon. Similarly, we have another statement int marks equals 75. This means that the value 75 will be assigned to the variable marks, okay? Next statement is float GPA equals 3.0, which means that the value 3.0 will be assigned to the variable GPA, okay? So as you can see, all these statements end with semicolon, okay? All the statements in C language must end with semicolon, okay? Otherwise the compiler will flag an error. If the variables to be initialized are all of the same type, we can initialize them on the same line using commas to separate them. For example, int sum equals 0, comma count equals 0. Okay, and this statement ends with semicolon as usual. Now consider another example. Int apples equals 10, comma oranges equals 12, comma bananas equals 24 and semicolon, okay? So apples variable will be assigned the value 10, oranges variable will be assigned the value 12, and bananas variable will be assigned the value 24, and all these variables are of the type integer, okay? Now let's write a program that defines and initializes three variables: a character type variable grade, an integer type variable marks, and a floating point type variable GPA. Let's name this program varinit.c. Now here is the varinit.c program. In this program, as you can see that we have defined a character type variable grade and we have assigned it the value B. Since B is a character, so we have enclosed it using single quotes. Next, we have defined an integer type variable marks and we have assigned it the value 75 using the assignment operator. The next variable is GPA, which is floating type variable, and it is assigned the value 3.0. Next, we have two printf statements. The first printf statement is the student obtained %d marks, marks. And the second printf statement is securing %C grade and a grade point average of %F, grade, GPA. In the first printf statement, the format specifier %d will be replaced by the value of the variable marks. In the second printf statement, the %C format specifier will be replaced by the value of the variable grade, and %F format specifier will be replaced by the value of the variable GPA. So the first printf statement prints the student obtained 75 marks, and the second printf statement prints securing B grade and a grade point average of 3.0. Please notice that we haven't used the new line character at the end of the first printf statement. Therefore, these two printf statements will actually be printed as a single line in the output statement. When we build and run this program, the program prints the student obtained 75 marks, securing B grade and a grade point average of 3.0. You can control the number of digits you want to print after the decimal point by specifying them in the format specifier %F. For example, if you write %.1f, then only one digit will be printed after the decimal point, and it will simply print grade point average of 3.0. Okay, so instead of printing 6 zeros, it will only print 1 zero after the decimal point. This brings us to the end of this lesson. I hope you found this lesson useful. See you in the next lesson.